Bad people.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, how you doing? You alright?
I'm on. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, sir. Good. Can you see me okay?
Yeah, it looks bright and sunny where you are.
Yeah, it is pretty sunny, to be fair. It's like a summer's day. It's weird.
Yeah.
Don't know how long it's going to last for, though, in England, though. See what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens for sure. I guess we're all in the waiting, right?
Yeah, that's it. How have you been today? Been alright?
Yeah, I've been good. Been productive. I'm staying in playfulness today.
Yeah. No, that's good. When you say playfulness, do you mean like, or just kind of like socializing and chilling out?
Yeah. Tuning out, socializing, having it's just been in a playful thing. Like I usually have structure in my life. And what works for me is when I'm like just being playful with things, like just being playful with it, and like I'm building a coaching program, and I'm like, I don't know how to use this program, and I'm getting frustrated, and I was like, wait, make it into a game, see how fast I can finish this one task. And so it's really like being in playfulness instead of like being so serious and like, okay, it has to get done in a certain time, and it's so much ease around it when I'm just being playful.
It's kind of probably a better approach, isn't it, to like doing stuff rather than kind of being too hard on yourself to like just be like, oh, I need to get this done at this time, rather than just have a kind of more of a laid back approach to it. Because I think we can be like hard on ourselves if we don't get things done sometimes, can't we? And it's easy to procrastinate or get distracted by things at times.
Yeah. And then, like, I'm like, ooh, a new shiny thing passed by. Ooh, a butterfly.
Yeah.
Ooh. And I'm like, oh, no, just focus on being playful and then go play with the butterflies later. I'm like, oh, my, and there's so much ease around that. Like, when I'm just, like, in playfulness, I'm like, oh, it's going to get done when it gets done. And I allocate, like, say, 2-3 hours to do this. And I get it done so much faster and quicker because I'm not in that anxiety, frustration, making myself wrong kind of aspect.
Yeah, no, I see it. It's kind of good you kind of got that approach to things because I know a lot of people who can sometimes be too hard on themselves. I think especially me, sometimes if I don't get things done, I can feel bad. I should have got that done. But if you kind of got that approach to it, it gives you a bit of a break in some way.
Yeah, it's a practice that you have to keep continuing to do.
Yeah,
it's like practicing playfulness and practicing ease and practicing it because we know all too well how to practice anxiety, frustration, mad, like angry, like, oh my God, what's going on? And we've been conditioned that way. And so I'm practicing the opposite of that and see what that looks like and see what that takes me because it's so much easier to just like shift it. It's easier said than done, but doing it is a whole nother thing.
Yeah, no, that's it. And it's like we just kind of become hardwired, I think, as people to like just be that way, to constantly working and getting results and not necessarily giving ourselves a break.
Yeah, and then when you give yourself a break, you're just like, oh my God, it gets done quicker and faster. And you're like, oh, okay, that was easy. Let's do that again. And then now you're an expert in whatever it is that you're doing, building a program or, going to the gym, just the simple things. You're like, oh, I really like the way this feels. Okay, let me go to the gym more because it made me feel good.
Yeah, it's like kind of like thinking ahead, isn't it? And like looking at like the end result and how you're going to feel once that thing's kind of done, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an accomplishment.
And like when you get a feeling good feeling, you want to do it more, and it becomes kind of addictive in some way.
Yeah, and then that becomes your new normal.
Yeah.
And then when you have that as your new normal, then you're just like, oh, wait, okay, I want to do this again. Because it made me feel good. And I got it done quicker and faster. Because I could get frustrated really fast. Like, nothing's going my way. Yeah. It happens, or you'll turn on the news, or you turn on, something you're not supposed to be reading right now. And there's just so many things that could distract you. So just when I'm being like in this visualization of being playful, like everything just occurs to me as fun and ease.
Yeah. No, it sounds like a good way of kind of living and thinking and being. A bit more clarity.
Yeah, when you have clarity, it's like, oh my God, you're clear on who you get to be. And then you could be, do, and have, instead of like, I have this car, it's going to make me feel amazing when I drive my car and I'll be happy. But then you're at a stoplight and someone, is honking at you and you're like, F you. You're not happy anymore, right?
Yeah.
You're not happy. So I live by the motto of be happy, do things, and then you'll get the results of having whatever it is that you want. So knowing that you'll have it sooner than later. Because people always think like, once I have this car, or once I get married, or once I get this computer, or once I get, this thing, it's going to make me happy. And you could just shift that and just be happy and like, oh my God, everything's going to work out just fine.
Yeah. No, that's completely it. And it's like, that's kind of the world we live in for like a lot of people, isn't it? And I think we can all be guilty of it, or all have been. Like, we'll work and we'll buy that thing and we feel great when we have it. And then before you know it, we've worked, we bought the next thing, and then we got the next thing because we thought that was going to give us happiness, but it didn't. But then we go, we're in this loop. We all want the latest thing as well. And I can remember, I was listening to a guy and he was talking about it, and that was it. He said there's a guy and he wanted to be, I don't know, like high up in the company, like a manager. And he worked up to that point, and he got to that point. And he was like, oh, I'm not happy anymore. Now what?
Now what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just how like everything was designed for us. And there's no freedom in that. Because when he gets to that state, he's like, okay, now what? Now he hit the ceiling. Now he's no longer being happy. Instead of just shifting it and saying, oh, I'm happy. What else is next? Where else can I go? What else can I do? And so that's why it's a shift. It's a mindset shift, and it's practice. And when you can just keep practicing, just being happy and curious and being playful, and then seeing what happens to you. Like you could have, like people want to be millionaires, or people want to be entrepreneurs. People want to have something, but they're not that right now. And so they're thinking, when I get, like that manager said, like when I get to that state, when I get to that position, then I'll be happy. And now he's not happy anymore. And so shift it to be happy now, attract it, because it's a law of attraction. We can't change the law, right? It's like gravity. You can't change gravity. And so knowing that's power. And then now you have a choice, and to be responsible in that choice. Like, okay, do I get to be happy, sad, frustrated, angry? And make it into a game. Like, see how long you can be happy for. And then you start attracting things that are going to make you happy. And there'll be some things that won't make you happy, but then you just got to check yourself and say, okay, wait, let me see what's going to make, okay, let me just be happy, even though this isn't what I expected.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And it's like, I think the law of attraction is key. I think it's key, right at the minute with everything that's going on in the world. And it's, being aware of your thoughts, isn't it? And your energy, and, the way you think and act. And, once you start tuning into your energy, start, like you said, doors start opening up for you. People start, kind of coming into your life, that people that you want, in your life. And everything kind of seems clear. And I think a lot of people don't really understand what the law of attraction is, because a lot of people I speak to don't know what it is. And it's something, it's something I think should be practiced. I mean, like, and taught.
It's a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
me, what law of attraction is like two magnets. And when you're being like frustrated, angry, the magnet doesn't work. Like it's you're attracting everything that's angry, frustration, and you're just like, when am I ever happy? And when you attract something that's going to be happy, it's attraction. So when you're attracting whatever you're thinking, feeling, your emotions are, that's what you're attracting. So that's the law. So if you're frustrated, angry, upset, and mad, things in your life are going to come to you because that's just what you're asking for. So think of yourself like a magnet. Now you have a choice to be able to attract happiness, sadness, frustration. You could attract whatever it is that you want. I know what's going on in the world right now. Everyone's like scared and frustrated and uncertainty. And 3, meditate, journal. Just get out of your head. And right now that's very uncertain, and you could listen to it or you cannot.
We're kind of wired to have certainty, aren't we? We kind of need certainty as human beings, in how we are as people. And I think when things seem like, they're out of our control, we start getting anxious, we start worrying, because, it's almost like you're needing us. And we're so focused on, like you said, things going on around us. We don't really, a lot of people don't know how to control themselves and then, how they think and feel.
Yeah, and it's a responsibility for people, to really be responsible for who they get to be and their surroundings. And you could, like a scenario, you could be in your car, and I keep using this car thing, and you could just be like, someone's honking at me. Oh my God, someone's honking at me. And look at it like, oh my God, that person probably has somewhere to go. Let me let them go. Or you can get frustrated and angry and be like, oh my God, this mother effer just ran me off the road. And get angry. So you could create whatever it is that you want, and you can look at it either way that you want. And even with everything that's going on, I mean, I'm not using the words, the C words. I'm just using it as a redirection, a restore, and to just reinvent yourself and to really look at like what it is that you want to create. So this is the best time right now, is to just really look at it in a way where like, oh my God, I really have all this time. I really have all this time in the world to, because everybody's like, I don't have enough time or money. Get a pen and paper and start creating what it is that you really want. What it is, ask yourself, what do I want? Ask yourself, where do you see yourself in a year? And there's certainty in that, because you have a choice to be who you want to be in that moment. So write down your shit. So whatever you think about, your thoughts become things. And when you're tuned into yourself and you start asking these important questions, like, what do I want to do? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to, like, in this moment, like right now? Like, anyone listening to this, stop what you're doing and just listen to yourself and see what comes up for you. Meditating on that, manifesting that.
Yeah, it's I completely agree with what you said, and it's like, like taking control of your life, and this is one of the best times to do it. Like we don't get this much downtime, and it all kind of starts with pen and paper, doesn't it? That's a good way of starting. Just write things down. Just plan your day. Plan, what's going on at the minute, where you are, the things that you want, and the things you want to be doing. It's like, we can. If you like want to work out at home, if you like want to work out at home and you haven't got certain gym equipment, you can download an app. Home workouts. Do that. You do yoga. There's online courses you could take. Reading. Everyone's got their own thing, haven't they? Everyone's different, but we've got all the things we need. Especially with the internet, there's no excuse really.
Exactly.
It's just kind of taking action, I think, isn't it? And that's the hard part, taking action and just building that momentum.
And it's increments. Like what I do is what I train my clients in, and what I give away for free, and everybody do 5 minutes before you even touch your phone. Before you, like, the second you wake up, is do 5 minutes of meditation. If you don't know what that is, Google it, find out what meditation is. And that's just really just being quiet and focusing on your breath. And you can say a mantra like rum, 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 rum. So your thoughts will come and go. And it's okay that your thoughts come and go. Just go back to your breathing. And then do 5 minutes of journal, and whatever comes up for you, 5 minutes. And then do 5 minutes of dancing. Like, get your body moving.
Yeah.
5 minutes of dancing. And that's 15 minutes of self-love that you just gave yourself.
Yeah. They say that dancing's good for you, isn't it? It releases endorphins or endorphins, I think it is. It's like, it's good to like jump around, and I think some schools do it now in the UK for kids. It's called like Wake and Shake, and they jump around and do these exercises first thing in the morning just to kind of like get them going. Sorry, you broke up there.
If kids are doing it, they pick it up faster than adults, because they're not like, you know?
Yeah, it just went off then. It's working now. Yeah, it's working now. Yeah, sweet.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so kids, they have quicker than us, because they didn't experience adults have. So if we could just go back to our childlike selves and look at what we did as a child, and really like acknowledge like who we were, like that's where I got the playfulness. I looked at an old picture of myself, and I looked at this, and I was excited to see this picture. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just the video just froze. Yeah, it's working now. It just went and came back. Yeah, it's back now. Yeah, it's working. It's working now. I can't hear you now. I can see you, but I can't hear you. But no, like, hope you guys enjoying this. Something I'm going to be doing regularly. I'm going to kind of put it in with my podcast. So this is kind of part of my podcast. I do my podcasts on audio on Anchor FM, and that gets distributed on Spotify and all the streaming platforms at the minute. But I'm going to start doing this if the connection works okay. I think it's kind of temperamental at the minute. But this is something I'm just experimenting with, and this is something, I'm going to work on and continue doing. Because I really, kind of want to get into the video side of kind of talking and connecting with people within what I do. Let's see if I can get back on.
Here we are.
Hello. Oh yeah, it's
We're
working
back live.
Yeah, it's all good. Probably my connection's not overly great where I am, but you're on the other side of the world, or both different parts, aren't we? So
what's so great about it, like there's a lot of people. I just looked and there's like a lot of people on my live.
Yeah. Nice, man. But yeah, like, what kind of got you into coaching? Like, what kind of got you into doing what you do? Would you say?
Yeah, well, for me, I've been getting coached myself for such a very long time. And as like a child and as like, an adolescent, I've been like really training and coaching people my whole life.
Yeah.
So now I coach entrepreneurs and getting connected to their passion. And whether that's, starting a new business or going to a different company or just finding a passion project that they're interested in, I empower them, and we create structures, and we create, who they get to be in the world and who they get to be for themselves. And so when I got into it, I was like, oh my God. When I was getting coaching, I was like, this is so awesome. Like, I get to see people empowered in whatever it is that they want.
Yeah.
And so I just made a choice. A year and a half ago, I made a choice saying, I want to be a coach. And so I did all the trainings that I needed to get, done. I've been coaching leadership programs for 3 years. So that was like something that I like really did for my training and development. And I really loved it because I saw someone like frustrated and angry when they didn't get the results. And then through the coaching that I coached them around, they were empowered and they were creating massive results by taking actions that were not possible. And they're like, because of you, I have this. And I'm like, oh my God, really? Like, I didn't even know. I was like, it was just a 10-minute conversation. And they're like, no, you really shifted my mindset and you got me in the way that I needed to go. And you held me accountable to those actions I said I was going to do. And I just seeing like people lit up about their lives. I was like, okay, I want to do this on a bigger platform, empowering 1 million people in the world, impacting them in their lives. But yeah, that's what really got me into it, is seeing people lit up and loving their lives after coaching conversations. And yeah, so now it's my full-time business.
No, that's great. And it's really nice that, it's your passion, you found your thing. And it's nice, it's a positive, thing to do, isn't it? It's a positive way of life, and by helping others.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I have coaches. I have 4 coaches.
Oh, wow.
They're all different for different reasons in my life. And it really empowers me to go after what I really, truly want. Because I can't do this alone. And I get to be able to have that support system that's going to coach me, because I get in my own way too. I'm human. I'm not a robot, like, I'm like, what am I thinking? What am I doing? Am I worthy of this? Do I deserve this? What am I doing? Oh my God. What got me into this? And I'm like, so I got to redirect myself back to like what I'm passionate about and why I'm doing this. And I'm like, okay, good. So as a coach, I could coach myself, and I want support. And, because I'm frustrated with the new system, and I'm like, and then I call my coach, and she's like, do this, 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 and this. And I'm like, oh, thank you for being my coach. Because shift your mindset. The answers are right in front of you. And I'm like, this would have taken me 10 hours. Instead, it's taking me 10 minutes.
It's nice. I mean, it just kind of gives you guidance, I suppose, isn't it? By having coaches as well as being a coach, to kind of have a perspective and kind of guide you with what you're doing as well.
Yeah. Without my coaches, I wouldn't be able to do this. I would not. I'm telling you right now, it would not. What empowers me is that I have somebody behind, I have a village behind me, and I have people to support me, and it's great. I had a coaching call this morning, and she was just like, I adore you. I really love what you're creating, what you're doing. And, I'm busy, and I'm like, I want to shift my mindset to be something other than what I'm at right now, which was what am I going to do today? Oh my God, my schedule's so packed. How am I supposed to? And she's just, so we created playfulness. That's where I got the playfulness from.
Yeah. No, that's nice. It's a good word to use, isn't it? Because, playfulness kind of is something that we all enjoy, doing. We all enjoy being playful. It's nice to kind of reconnect with that part of ourselves.
Yeah, and it feels good to be in playfulness. Even though the internet, I was like, this live, just, I got a little frustrated. I was like, no, just be playful with it. It's going to work. It's going to work out fine.
Yeah. Just go with the flow.
Yeah, because I wasn't with the flow. And I was like, and it was perfect. It was perfect. I checked myself. I had to check myself to be like, no, I want to be playful.
Yeah. It's just redirecting that energy, isn't it, into other areas? Because I think with the connection and stuff as well, it's a bit unpredictable with Instagram Live and Zoom as well. It can play up and be a bit hit and miss. And it's easy, isn't it, to get frustrated with things, and especially internet. We like things to work, and when things don't work, it drives us nuts.
That's with anything, even with the internet, even with your wife, even with your husband, even with your girlfriend, even with traffic, even with your job, you know? Like, your energy field is what you attract. So it's a practice. Definitely like going to the gym. You don't go to the gym to pick up a 100-pound weight. You go to the gym to pick up a 5-pound weight, and then 10 pounds, and then 20 pounds. You don't go straight for the 100 pounds. You know, you're not there yet. And it's practice and discipline that will get you there.
Yeah, no, completely. Because it's like the process as well, isn't it? It's like we're so kind of wired on kind of getting the results. You know, we don't necessarily think of the process that we're taking to get us from where we are to where we want to be and enjoying the moment. We're just so like, you know, I think we're all guilty of it sometimes. And that's kind of, it's more beneficial, I think, if you kind of see the journey that you're on, not just like the destination.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's like, yeah, you want to get to X, but you got to go through your journey to get there and enjoying the process in the journey. I 100% agree with that. And it takes practice, and it takes that practice of doing it and believing that is the journey, because it's great as a conceptual, like, oh yeah, I got that, I know that, you know. And then instead of knowing it, be the person who's enjoying the journey and create a context that's powerful for you, so you can have fun with it.
Yeah, that's one big thing that I've been learning. Really, I've always liked to, I don't like starting some things. I like to hit the ground running with some things. And it's kind of been my lesson, just to be patient, be patient where you are and what you're doing.
Patience is good.
It's difficult. It's difficult, but it's like, in the long run, I suppose it benefits you, if you're patient with where you are and what you're doing. Because you look at a lot of successful people and they didn't get to where they were straight away. You see these people, it took them years.
Like even Thomas Edison, he failed. He failed 10,000 times on how to make a light bulb, but he knew 10,000 ways on how a light bulb doesn't work. Right? You can shift your perspective on it, and like, oh my God, like I've failed so many times. Oh my God. And I learned that instead of being a failure, like calling myself a failure, I really looked at myself as like, now I have an opportunity, and look at failure as an opportunity. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I know what not to do, and patting myself on the back, like, oh, I failed. I gotta know. I'm one more closer to a yes. And just have fun with it, because no is just the next opportunity.
No, really, I do really resonate with that. And like, I think like we probably learn. I think we learn more probably by our failures sometimes, and it's how you kind of improve, isn't it? By reflecting on where you went wrong and where you need to improve. I mean, I learned that kind of lesson in driving. I learned to drive. I mean, it took me three times, but it took me months and months. But I hated it. I hated, that process of learning. But once you get there in the end, you feel the benefit. Like, how did you feel with driving? Did it take you many times or?
For driving?
Yeah. Do you drive?
Oh, yeah, I drove. Yeah. Oh, my God. I was like, okay. I was scared. I was like trying to learn how to drive. I was like, what am I doing? Oh, my God. Am I going to kill someone? Am I going to kill myself? What am I going to do? Am I going to speed up? Oh, my goodness. And then I learned how to drive, and it was perfect. It was beautiful. I was like, oh, okay. I got all of this.
Yeah.
I can drive. Now I'm in the driver's seat now. Like, I want to drive everyone everywhere. But it took me a while to learn how to drive, too. I was scared. I was like, oh, my God. I was young, 16 years old, and learning how to drive with my restricted license. And I had to have an adult in there. So I had an adult screaming at me, like, you're doing it. So don't do that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Why am I being yelled at right now?
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun and also scary. But then once I got the hang of it, then I'm like, okay, I can drive. It's like riding a bicycle now.
Yeah. Because you become like, is it unconsciously competent? You go from being like consciously competent to unconsciously competent, so you're just doing it like naturally without even thinking.
Yeah. Now it's just like tying my shoe. I don't have to think about it.
But in America, don't you have to like what's the way of passing there? You have to drive for a certain amount of time before you can take your test.
Well, you have to have it for. You could take the test. You could go straight from a restricted to a driver's license. So your restricted is from like 16 to 18, and then from 18 years old you could have your driver's license. And so you just had to learn how to drive. And so it's like tying your shoe. I knew how to, like with driving, my unconscious incompetent was, I know that there's driving, but I don't know anything about it because I see everyone doing it. And then when someone says, oh, driving, that becomes my conscious incompetent. Now I know, but I don't know how. Yeah. So the conscious incompetence is that someone could teach me how to drive. Now I'm learning how to drive, and then my conscious competence is actually doing it without even thinking. Like I sometimes when I had my car, I used to drive home and I don't even know how I got there.
Yeah.
like I was like, oh wait, I'm home. Oh, I don't even know how I got home.
Yeah.
Like, my inner GPS just like took me home. I'm safe. I'm driving. I'm fine. But like my consciousness took me there.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Anything that you want to do.
You can apply that this kind of driving example to like anything, can't you? Really, if you think about it.
That's why when you could get it into your conscious competence, you like you know that you know that you know that you know this, and you just become that. Like I'm being playful. That's me practicing it, and then now I'm going to be it no matter what happens. Tornado could happen in the middle of all this stuff right now, and I'll just be like, okay, it's tornado. And I'm okay. Let's have play. Let's play inside, be safe, and not having to worry about it.
It's kind of like it's the things that are going on around you, kind of not being in control of yourself and not letting the things around you piss you off, so to speak, or kind of affect like your unground you almost.
Yeah.
I think that's
yell at you.
Yeah, right? Like people can yell at you, and you can make it mean something, or you can just be like, "There's somebody's dealing with something over there."
I think that's one thing I learned in restaurants and working in hospitality and hotels, is that there's so much going on around you that you just got to focus on the thing that you're doing, because it's so easy to get stressed because a customer might be complaining. You've got the chef in the kitchen might be saying something, and then you're doing your thing. And you know what I mean? And it's just by kind of focusing on what you're doing at the time, isn't it? And not letting everything else going on around you like stress you out.
Yeah. I've been in the restaurant industry for 15 years before I started real estate and coaching. And I started off as a hostess. And I mean, I can just remember when like the waiter would piss me off. So like, you're not getting seated today. You're not getting seated today. You're going to get table of 2 instead of table of 6. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, they pissed me off. So I reacted in a certain way. Instead of like, oh, okay. It had nothing to do with me, but I took it personally. And that could be for anything. Like someone could really make you mad, and you're the one who got mad. They didn't make you mad. You got mad.
Yeah. It's, especially if you're stressed, it's easy to take things personally, isn't it? Like, just kind of can knock someone over that edge. If they're feeling a certain way, then someone says something or something happens, it's just like, people can explode. Like, I've seen it happen. what end you're on, it can be quite amusing to watch if you're away from that. But if you're in it,
if you're the one in it,
yeah.
I mean, there's some techniques to get over that. There's EFT. It's called emotional freedom technique. So you can just like tap it out and learn how to manage your stress and manage this anxiety that you have. And there's ways to do it. There's applications online, and there's YouTube channels. You can learn anything, and you just tap. These are called meridians, and these are like, when you go to an acupuncturist and you get your nerves realigned because you have pain or you're frustrated, you want to quit smoking, you want to just, you want to wait. There's these blockages in our nervous system. We're more than just this meat and blood. There's nerves and energy fields.
It is
so
pretty. I'm listening.
Oh, so yeah, you would tap out that anxiety, that frustration, that stress, and replace it with, I got this. I know what I'm doing. I have all the answers. I'm intuitive. I'm grateful. I'm amazing. And reaffirming yourself, and you'll just feel in a different mindset. So yeah, EFT is powerful.
Yeah, I've actually used the EFT before. I've used it with other people, but I think I said previously, my mum's like a therapist. He's kind of showed me how it works, and I've done it. It's strange. It's really strange. I've done it on myself, like sometimes, and it's a strange feeling. You feel better afterwards. Whatever you're feeling and that emotion just kind of dissipates. I don't quite understand how it works, like the deeper side of it. But I understand it releases stress and tension and things like that. I think it's something to do with neurons.
Yeah, you're reprogramming yourself because you're hitting these are meridians. So these are like nerve endings. So you're just acknowledging it. And at first I didn't understand it either. I was like, what am I tapping? Yeah. What am I doing? Get out of me.
Yeah.
Like, leave.
Yeah.
But it's good to just find the points and know where the points are on your body. And you're tapping into it. Like when you go to acupuncture, they put a little needle and then you feel this electricity come around your body because it released that tension and released something that wasn't working for you. Because you're holding on to that energy, and it's like, it's making it you, and you believe it. And like, I'm frustrated, I'm angry, I'm stressful, and anxious. And then when you tap it out, it's just releasing it and letting it go and acknowledging it.
I think it's something that people should do, I think it's something that people should regularly do. And, if they feel stressed or anxious. And is it like your chakras as well, like tuning into your chakras? And like, I've got a few crystals like quartz. Sometimes I'll like use quartz and things, and I feel better after you kind of just realign yourself a little bit and ground yourself. But I think there's more of it coming out in the media. I think there's more about crystals and energy kind of getting out there, really.
We could heal ourselves. We're powerful human beings. We're and it's not said in the mainstream media, but it's definitely, we're powerful human beings. We're not just this like meat and bones. We're beings. And when we tap into that, you could see the power that you have as a human being. Like, chair will fall out when you say chair. Client will fall out when you say clients. The relationship of your dreams will come out when you say it, because you're aligned with who you really are, because there's no more fear, anxiety. It still shows up, but how do you manage that? How do you transform that? But these are tools, but clearing your chakras, like you said, like clearing them and manifesting what it is that you want and the energy that you want to create.
No, it is really, I find it all fascinating. I find it, and it's real though, isn't it? It's real. And, it's something that needs to be promoted. I think, that this side of things needs to be promoted more than like, pharmaceutical drugs and that side of things. Because that's kind of like, someone feels a certain way, it's like, take this. Oh, wait, you're feeling that way from taking that, take this as well. oh, that's going to cost this.
And then you got like 20.
Yeah, I saw a thing on the news, and there was a kid who was like, was a teenager, like 16, somewhere in America, he had like ADHD, and he was on like 15 types of medication.
Wow.
And there's people like that out there, and they're on all these different medicines. And I know sometimes people do need it. You know, some people do need certain drugs, but for some people, they're taking all these medications just for something that they could fix with probably healing, or seeing a psychotherapist or a coach, could work through something and won't have to take all these drugs and medicines.
Yeah, because the medicines just numb you for the time being, and then you wake up in the morning, you still have the problem. You still have that, like, it really messes with your emotions, and it messes with who you really are. And yeah, I'm not a fan of pharmaceutical drugs at all. I'm a fan of vitamins and healing and crystals and praying and meditation and reflecting and believing that I have all the answers already, and I just got to tap into them.
No, I think that's the right way to go about things, isn't it? The right way to think.
It's a work in progress. I mean, I found out about it, and I'm like, oh, like I have oils and stuff that I like smell, and just on guard, and I smell them, and I'm like, oh, and then I have like medicine balls that I put on my desk, and just for stress. Yeah. Instead of yelling at somebody, I could just calm myself down.
Yeah. It's nice. They're like, I think it's far more beneficial, like being like that and having crystals and like, is it aromatherapy? Like, because my mum's given me certain oils that like lavender. It's like a zesty orange one, and there's like and there's like a zesty orange one, and I've got like a Tibetan bowl, and it's like you move around and it cleanses energy.
It is. There's energy all around us. We're energy beings. Your mom is guiding you in the right direction.
Is it closed? No, so I only live there. I'm just doing a Instagram live. Adam. Sorry.
Okay.
No, that's all right. That's all right. I know the situation. That's fine. That's all right. Cheers. Yeah. It's all right. He just basically says there's no parking here because of the situation and everything. Because of the lockdown. Because I'm just by the beach at the minute. Just here.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, I want to go outside to a beach right now. Thank you for bringing me here. Oh, yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah, it is a different world. I mean, I used to hate being like in the countryside, but I think since I've matured, I've not appreciated it. So I came down here when I was like 19, and I hated it because I was in the city for 19 years. And like you said, with energy and your frustration and all that was going off. But it's funny, isn't it? You kind of mature as you get older, and your mindset changes.
And now you're appreciating the country, because now, in the situation that we're in right now, you get to enjoy the water and appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I think with what's happening, it does make you grateful, doesn't it? I think there's people out there who've got it far worse, and people's, their health and everything else. My heart goes out to people who are in other situations.
Yeah, definitely. When you have when you shift your mindset around what's really going on. Like, I was frustrated. I was angry. I was like, I don't get to see my friends. I'm like a social butterfly. I'm like, I want to network and be with people. And I'm like, I thrive around people and community and being around others. I thrive, so I had to really, I've been doing a lot of work in the last
few years on myself. So I was like, okay, no, let's create something, you know, that's going to empower me. So creating a course, you know, a 5-day challenge for people so that I could be of service to people and give that as a gift away for people so that they can, you know, start really working on their lives. And during these times, like, let's get creative. Let's jump up and down. Let's journal. Let's meditate. Call me on Zoom. Call me on, you know, like, let's do a Zoom group to where we're just like collectively coming together. And so, I built a bunch of, you know, communities around me where I'm just like, I'm so much more busy now than ever. And being productive and putting together, and I'm in so many different programs and doing Kundalini yoga and doing meditation and doing it, you know, practicing, you know, being in a sage, playful, light kind of atmosphere for myself. Because if not, we can all go crazy and we can all go mad. We can, and I choose not to, and so I choose my environment. So I'm like, in, you know, like anyone listening is to just like go find your tribe, go find somebody who's like going to empower you, go find people that are going to listen to you bigger than you can listen to yourself, and create something, anything. What is it that you love? Tap into that. What is it that you wanted to be when you wanted to grow up? If you had $10 million, what would you want to do? Like, what would you be doing? And start working backwards on that.
Yeah. And to like, I completely, you know, agree with what you're saying. It's really nice that, you know, you're engaged in all these different things, because it kind of, you know, inspires other people to do it as well. And other people are going to think, you know, I can do that. You know, she's doing it. You know, what's stopping me from doing it?
Yeah. And get inspired by that. And be like, okay, and reach out to that person. And be like, you know, do you want to be a mentor, or do you, you know, hire a coach? Do it alone.
So I just broke up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. It just went for a second.
Can you hear me? Oh, there you go.
I can hear you. You hear me? Keeps coming and going.
I'm called. You can
it's
hear
working
me
now. Oh, wait.
Okay.
It's working now.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's working. Sweet. But no, I've probably got to shoot now to grab dinner, but is that okay? But it's been...
Yeah, no, this is perfect. I really appreciate your time and
you too.
Doing this and bringing light to, you know, a really uncertain time.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate you, you know, kind of doing this as well and joining the chat and connecting and... You know.
Love it. Well, there's a lot of people out there that would love to hear this and you know, share it on your channels and stuff and your podcast, and anybody listening to this, just, you know that you're not alone.
Yeah. All in it together, aren't we?
Yeah. We all are. We're all one. When we can get that, we're all here, and then we bring empathy and to people's lives and to ourselves and compassion. And I'm learning about that in a coaching challenge. It's about empathy and looking at my younger self. And that's like, it's kind of in the empathy for others too, for yourself and others in the world. And it's a good coach challenge that I'm on, because I'm like represencing empathy. I'm like, oh wow, this is really good. Let me go back to that, and compassion and being curious, you know, but this last 2 weeks has been on empathy.
That's really nice. Empathy's quite amazing, isn't it? Empathy, like, we all kind of have it. It's just some people have it more than others, I think, or they tune into it. Like, I can kind of pick up on other people's emotions and how they feel and their energy. And I had it going to the supermarket the other day, and some guy was upset. I could see this person just looked scared with what's going on. And I felt that, you know, from a distance. I saw it from a distance, and I felt how he was feeling. Are you the same? Can you be like that sometimes with people? And
yeah, you really connected with him. I could either get angry that that's G, or I could just like look at it as like, oh my God, that person's really sad or upset or mad at something. And it has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me. It's them, just give grace and compassion towards that person and be empathetic towards that person and really get where they're at. Like, oh my God, you're really upset right now. And they're like, yeah, I'm upset. I'm like, okay, are you going to be okay? Like, I'm not going to coach them, but I'm just going to be with them, like see where they're at. And they can be frustrated and mad, or I can get frustrated and mad. And then that's like a ripple effect in the universe. So much anger and frustration. And when you just come from just being empathetic towards somebody, you can really, you don't have to be all frustrated and mad at yourself.
Yeah. You just kind of like take, it's a different perspective, isn't it? Almost. You just kind of like not putting your energy into where it doesn't need to be, really.
Yeah. So we'll leave everybody off with empathy.
Yeah.
Be empathetic toward yourself and be empathetic towards others. And if you don't know what that word means, go look it up in a dictionary and really do the research and really see what that feels for you, and just be with people that way through this time, especially this time, so, and just be empathetic toward yourself and see what comes out.
Yeah. No, that's it. And it's like, putting your feelings aside, and connecting with other people and how they feel, isn't it? And being there for them.
Yeah. Well, it was a pleasure. I know that we go, and I don't want to keep it any longer because we could go on and on forever. And I thank everybody who's listening. And
thank you.
Well, you have a good dinner, and we'll stay in touch. And we can do it again sometime soon.
We'll definitely do it again.
Yeah, I would love to. I could talk for hours with you. You're a great person to be around, and it's
you too. Really appreciate it.
You ask great questions.
Yeah. No, and so do you as well, and it really, really means a lot.
Well, I'm here if anybody needs to talk. If anybody's listening, I'm at Coach Tami, Coach_Tami on Instagram, and all my information is in my website, which is on my Instagram. So if you need to reach out to me, I'm here for anybody who needs to chat and talk. If you're interested in coaching, I'm also there for you as well. So, and I thank you so much, Adam, for today. It was such a beautiful time with you.
You're welcome. It was really good.
Yes, I love it. Let me know when it comes out so that I can post it every week for you as well.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Means a lot.
Awesome, Adam. Have a good night. Enjoy dinner.
Take care. All the best. You too. Take care. Cheers. See you.
Cheers.
Bye. Hope you all enjoyed that. This is something I'm going to continue doing. I'll try and do it as much as I can. So stay tuned. Check out Coach Tami's profile on Instagram and look at all of her content, and check out mine as well. If you're out there and you're struggling at the minute with everything that's going on, it's kind of, difficult times at the minute, and we're all in different situations and scenarios and places, and feeling, lots of different emotions. So if you need to chat at all, I'm here, and, just get in touch. Have a great day. Enjoy.